I'll start and then I'll toss it right. I'll just welcome everyone. I'm going to toss it to you, Christy, to share your story because you always fire me up and then I get excited to share mine. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited to see the amount of people that we have on tonight. Welcome to our sneak peek. I am Ashley Howard. I am co-hosting this with my good friend and coach, Christy, and we are so excited to share a little bit more about what we do. And there's so much to say, but we really want to just get you guys information and details. And for me, I always remember people's stories. So that's really how we start off these sneak peeks, by sharing our stories. And whether you've heard ours a million times or you've never heard it, I think that's really important because again, stories are what stick with me. So we want to share with you guys a little bit about us. We are doing this as our main job. We've been doing this for a long time, and we obviously love it because we're still here coaching, and just it's continuing to grow and just become more rewarding with the amount of time we've been in this business. So we're going to share our stories. We're going to share really this sense of urgency. Like, we are in such a great time to mentor people to start building their fitness businesses. Like, this time of year is the best time to get started, and we'll explain a little bit more about that. And then we're going to wrap it up by sharing some important questions, right? Because if you're on this call, you're thinking like, legitimately, how does all this work? We're going to share how you start building an income. We're going to share average time we put in when we started our business versus what we're doing now. And we're going to go over, lastly, all the costs associated with becoming a coach and starting your own business. Or if you're already a customer with the company, with Beachbody, we talk about that. And if you're not a customer, we'll talk about that too. So let's get right into this. I'm going to toss things over to Christy because, again, she always fires me up. She's going to share about herself and how she became a coach, and then I'll share mine. So take it away.
Yes, and I had to text Ashley before the call. I was like, don't let me ramble on forever because this call is not about my story. But it is. Like she said, it's so important to hear where we came from to kind of where we are today. So as she said, my name's Christy Kynard, Southern twang there, Kynard, But hey, I'll answer to whatever. So I married my husband back in August of 2013. I had been a full-time registered nurse since 2010. And I was just a workaholic. I am a workaholic. I always have been, and I would work all the time, pick up extras. If they ever needed help, I'm in. I was your girl. But that was all fine and dandy in the beginning. But then once we got married and I realized, holy crap, I'm like never seeing my husband. Like, is this the way it's supposed to be? It created so much stress and tension in our marriage that like we were hanging by a thread, and we were just in our first year, within 2 years of marriage. And I was like, where's the bliss that everybody talks about? It just was not there. And then I realized it came back to me. Like, I was so unhappy in my current situation, working 12 to 16-hour shifts. I worked night shift for 2.5. Oh my God, it was miserable. Sorry if y'all do it. Like, maybe you love it, but it was not for me. I felt like I was run over by a dump truck every single day. And I was like, I cannot keep going like this. And I know if anything's going to change, if I'm going to save my marriage, it has to start with me. And I've got to do something right now, or I may very well lose everything I have. And at the end of the day, it comes to you got to choose your heart. I'm either going to choose to suck it up and keep wasting away my marriage and slaving away on someone else's time clock, or I'm going to bite the nail and I'm going to go all in, and I'm clueless and I'm scared. I have no idea what this coaching opportunity has been about, but dang it, I'm going to fight for my marriage. So that was the hard route I chose. And when I started, I just went all in, balls to the wall. Most people start as customers and they'll like slowly trickle their way in because they're like, oh, I don't have a story yet. I didn't either. I was a hot mess express, but hey, that is relatable. So many people feel like that. And I would just hustle I'd work my 12-hour shifts and I would come home, and it's about sacrifice, you guys, especially in the beginning. I cut out TV time. I cut out actually a lot of sleep, which I wouldn't recommend that long term, as that is part of your health, but I was willing to do whatever it took in the beginning. And insert legal disclaimer, I mentioned this on calls before, but within 4 months, I was able to leave my full-time nursing job and match that income. Again, it's dependent on how hard you're willing to work, and we'll talk more about that later, but every single person's different. There's no level of success guaranteed, but if you hammer down and you claim your victory up front and you stop wishing and hoping and wanting more, then you guys, if you go into that with that mindset, you're only setting yourself up for failure. You have to be like, whatever it dang takes, I'm going to be successful at this. And it takes failing forward every single day. I'm still failing every single day, but you know what? It builds character, it builds humility, and it allows me to grow as a wife, as a person, as a coach, as a mentor, as a friend. So yeah, I became a coach in September of 14. And like I said, when I started, I was all in. So I've been a coach 4.5 years now, and it's been a lot of peaks and valleys, but ultimately coaching is the hardest. Being your own boss is so dang freaking hard, you guys. Like, you have to manage your time unlike nobody's business. I can only imagine. I'm trying to really dial it in now before some of you know, some of you don't, where me and my husband are in the adoption process. And I have always dreamed, I'd be dang if I slave away on somebody else's time clock and miss out on my baby's first words, and they're walking, and my baby comes first, and I'm doing whatever I can right now. So when they come home in a few months or whatever, that is my focus. And then I can hustle in those time blocks every single day. So that is my story, going from working in Power Pot 1 to 2 hours a day as a full-time nurse to now probably still only working 4 hours a day full-time, but focusing on this and creating that freedom to put my family first. It has changed our life, and I know this is still only the beginning of what God has in store for us, my family, this team, and I'm freaking pumped. So Ashley, I'll let you talk about your story some.
Doesn't she fire you up? And I could listen to your Southern accent all day. I'm like, I have this stuffy Northern accent. Whoop, whoop, represent Pennsylvania. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in. It's funny because our stories are so very different, but we came together to support each other at really the perfect time. So I did not start gung-ho. I did not leave my job in 4 months, which is amazing. But that just goes to show that this business can be your time frame and exactly what you want out of it. But when I committed, I went full time in 11 months because I was finally committed and ready to go. I'm from corporate America. I got a degree in communication. I went the job route. I also buried myself in student loan debt that everyone just doesn't make a big deal about, right? Just go to college and sign loans and no big deal. And I grew up with a single mom of 3 kids. She couldn't pay for my college. I paid for it in loans, and I'm still paying them back rigorously, but I will pay them off in a year, and I'm super excited. So I worked at a cubicle, and I think I've told my team this a million times, but like, I just had moments where I just had such stress and anxiety on Sunday nights because I didn't want to go back and sit at that cubicle and just work. And I'm not bashing corporate America. I just would have anxiety because I thought, this is not for me. I can't do this until I'm in my 50s and 60s. And that's just how I felt. And the only time I really felt like I was living was when I was traveling for work or out and interacting with people. And I had always loved fitness. I started teaching group exercise in college, and I just had continued to still teach. I would teach at the Y on Tuesday nights. I would teach my cycle class, and I loved fitness. I loved working out, but I never really got the nutrition piece down, and I was never consistent. I would only work out when I was teaching my one class, really. So as fate would have it, I met my husband. I decided to leave my now husband. I decided to leave my job, move out of the state I grew up in, move 1,100 miles to the coast of Alabama to be with him, and I had to start over. I got a serving job. I was a nanny. I said, I'm not going back to corporate America. I actually don't tell many people this, but I did have a corporate job lined up when I moved to Alabama, and I quit after 2 weeks. And I was extremely embarrassed about that. So I don't tell people because I hated it. I don't know why I was trying to force a square peg into a round hole. It wasn't for me. So I liked my serving job. I was a nanny, and I met my coach there. We had both been Northern transplants. Our husbands were best friends, now husbands. And she was doing this Beachbody thing. And I was like, okay, she's in really good shape. I was not teaching classes anymore. I was drinking a lot. I was eating a lot of frozen pizza and Frosted Flakes. And I'm like, I don't believe in home workouts, but what are you doing? And she invited me to do a Turbo Fire program with her. If you don't know what that is, Shalene Johnson is an amazing trainer from Beachbody, and it's a kickboxing program. And I did it, and I really liked it, but I didn't want to tell her. And then she went on vacation and gave me her DVD. Remember DVDs back in the day? And I did that same DVD workout every day for 7 days before my serving shift. And I just couldn't believe how much better I felt in 20 to 30 minutes working out and then going and being on my feet for 6 hours, 7 hours. It was insane. So when she got back from her trip, I said, I need to buy this DVD. So I bought the DVD program. I didn't buy into the nutrition plan yet. I was still eating my Frosted Flakes. And in 3 months, I was working out every single day. And I wish I had progress pictures because I guarantee you I was never overweight, but I was very unhealthy when I started my journey. I signed up to be a coach about 1 month into my Turbo Fire journey. So way back in October of 2012, I wanted to learn more about this coaching thing. But like I said, I didn't really jump in. I got really interested in Shakeology for the nutrients because I wasn't eating enough vegetables, and I started drinking that in December of 2012. Literally have not stopped because it has changed my body. And then I kind of sat on my business for a year. So it wasn't until 2014, early 2014, I had had a little bit of success. I had had a couple customers, but I didn't really know what I was doing. My coach was not super actively working her business, so I didn't really have anyone training me. It wasn't until we both decided to go to Beachbody's annual convention called Summit in June of 2014 that I committed. I signed up my first working the business coach. She wanted to do what I was doing, and I'm like, I got to figure this out. I went to Vegas. I couldn't really afford it, but I made it happen. And it was this moment of clarity that these are real people using social media to not only be the best, healthiest versions of themselves, but to inspire people along the way. And they're making really good money. Like, this is insane. I don't care if your goal isn't to leave your full-time job. Like, give yourself options in life. Like, I mean, I am super into finances right now, and I could talk more about that, but like, everyone needs to not be stuck. Everyone needs a backup plan, but everyone can also put their own business as their plan A, and they can have their salary job as just like, that's great. So anyways, I'm rambling a little bit, but once I came back from Summit in June of 2014, like I said, I knew what I had to do. No one was watching me, but it didn't matter because I was going to do it. I didn't have a boss telling me to work or not work. I wanted it because I had a fire in my belly, and that did not go out. And in 11 months, in May of 2015, I walked away from my last job. We had moved again for my husband's job, and I had become a full-time coach, meaning my salary was consistent. My earnings were consistent enough that I felt comfortable walking away. So I'm in my 4th year now of being a full-time coach. And like Chrissy's saying, I have a little girl. She is almost 20 months old. To be home with my daughter means so much to me, you guys. Like, that is worth the fight that I have gone through, the ebbs and flows of being my own boss, having my own business. I have met some incredible women along the way, and I just have a fire to help other women do the same thing. So I dropped my daughter off at our church ministry this morning because my husband and I are doing Financial Peace University, and she was crying and clinging to me, and my heart was breaking, and I was like, this is fine, I'll be back in an hour. But I was like, I was that girl. I was that little girl when I was 5 crying because I didn't want my mom to leave me, and I was in daycare, and I had to be. So for me, this business gave me my life. This business gave me the opportunity to be a mom every single moment of every day, and be able to see my daughter grow up. And I'm not going to cry, but it's so much work, you guys, but it's so worth it. There is another way. There is options that you can have in life. And whether you're in your dream job and you're just considering this, or you relate with us, I guarantee you, if you go all in and you are coachable and you want to live a healthy life and you want to empower other people, oh my gosh, opportunities are just absolutely endless. Okay, I rambled too much. I'm super excited. Both Christy and I just have so many big goals for our teams. Our hearts are in helping our girls find the success that we continue to find, because we can't succeed if we don't help our team succeed. And that's why I love this business so much. So Christy, what we wanted to talk about is people that are watching this, you know, a lot of times we invite people to consider coaching, and they sit on it and they wait and they think about it and they don't do it and they think about it. So why should someone, I'll pose this question to you, why should they join now? Why should they consider coaching and you know, join with us right now?
Okay, so there's actually so many reasons why now is the time. For one, what has waiting got you this far? You know, you continue, if you're like been here and even thinking about it and it continues to be there, there is a reason for that, you guys. Procrastination sucks, and it will suck the life out of you, and it will steal your joy. You just have to act now, and know that it's okay to get messy. No one expects you to be perfect or know everything. I'm 4.5 years in, and I'm learning new stuff every single day, but that's what keeps it fun. And that, like Ashley said, if you're coachable, that's what counts. You know, we're going to continue to learn. The only thing that doesn't change is change itself. So we have to be willing to evolve and with the times, because everything's constantly changing. Okay, so for one is our team cup. And this may sound, sorry if my dogs are going crazy, y'all. I tried to mute myself for a while, but I might need to lock them out. So if they get too loud. But is the fact that we do these quarterly fun things. And while I had that competitive spirit, like I love free stuff. Like I get so hyped up, like, oh, you can earn this? Dang right. I'll do whatever it takes. Give me that. Whether it be swag or whatever. And with these team cups, they're free events to do, but you have to be a coach to do them. And like for this one, we team up on teams of 5, and like you have a one individual prize, but I love it how like the last year or two, they've made it more team focused. So like you have to be like accountability is so key in everything in life, you guys. And so you have to feel like you're a part of something bigger than just yourself. It pushes you that much harder. Like I can look back over the years, it never fails. Every single month that's a team cup month, my numbers are so much higher because I'm like, I got to do this for my team. You know, I don't want to let them down. And it's just amazing because that grows our income. And while we're talking about numbers, those numbers they represent lives being changed, you guys. And like a lot of network marketing companies, they focus on all these health and beauty products and stuff. You guys, we are saving people's life, like from the inside out. We are talking about their health because they don't realize, you know, which I'm not saying we don't eat burgers and fries and donuts and all that good stuff, because you can, but when people are eating that stuff every single day, they're having heart attacks at 40 years old, and like they wonder why they have diabetes and high cholesterol and stuff. And it's because we're not treating our body like the temple that it is. And we have the gift to share this with people. Like, and it's sad because not everybody values it, but that's why the world needs more of us. And while there's 400,000 coaches, which seems like a lot, there's 2.2 billion people who are overweight and obese. And, you know, all these like as a nursing background, I loved being able to help people, but I don't want to just cover up the problem with another medicine. I want to get to the root of that bad boy and eliminate it altogether. And that goes back to a lifestyle and what we're living and encouraging others to do. So when we dig deep together as a team, speaking of, actually, I think I saw yours too. We actually got, this was our Success Club prize. I think it's one of the coolest ones we ever freaking got. It's a freaking duffel bag. And guess what? I'm traveling this weekend. I was like, that bad boy came at the perfect time. Freak, like this is, we earn this kind of stuff, you guys, like swag, all kinds of stuff. Like, I wish I could see my office right now because there's so much stuff like that, little stuff like that. Being in my nursing background, we weren't recognized for the hard work. We were disposable to them. Like, we were just there. But like with Beachbody, truly corporate makes us feel like the people who are working in their business, they go above and beyond to reward the heck out of you. And just a simple pat on the back and stuff like that, man, it makes me feel dang good, you know. And we're changing lives. Like, how, like, I shouldn't get rewarded for that, but I do, and it's such an incredible blessing, and I'm grateful for it every dang day. So with the Team Cup, we grow as a team. We're pushing each other. We form this sisterhood because we really do. We're talking every single day, and who you're talking with, surrounding yourself with, you become like them, whether you want to or not. So it's pretty incredible that we get to choose our tribe. We choose our coworkers, you know, so be selective in who you choose. I have a history of having a couple of rotten eggs, and I was like, it wasn't worth it. But now our team is so strong. They are my best friends. We talk every dang day, and I freaking love it. So what better way than to dig deep together when we start Team Cup on February 1st. Our teams, we have 1 week, you guys, and we are ramping up. We are going balls to the wall. Like, we're going to push the heck out of you. It's going to be scary, but if it does not challenge you, it does not change you. So you have to be willing to take those risks and, again, fail forward. So Team Cup is a huge one as we're going all in next week with that, you guys. So Ashley, you want to go with one?
Yeah, and just to share again a little bit more about the time of year, like we are in this time of year where yes, it takes time to learn how to build a business. You have to first commit to yourself and make you and your health a priority. And from there, you are sharing the journey, right? You are working out with our products. You are using our nutrition line. Like, you are committed, you have the belief, and you are proof that these products work. So with you committing now, like, I don't care if you've never been consistent before with your health and fitness, you become a coach, you're going to have that accountability to be consistent. So you draw the line in the sand, you start on January 25th of your first workout. Whatever it's been, whatever your past is, doesn't define your future. You start now and you start building your own story. Come the time, like, you're building relationships, you're reaching out to people, you're doing what you can control. But sometimes there's a natural delay in this business, right? Like, we connect with people, we invite them, and they're not quite ready. We have to meet them where we are. We continue on our journey. They're still watching us. We teach our team the behaviors that they need to build a business. There are so many people in the world that need our help. Like, this market is not saturated, you guys. Like, we know how to teach you how to build businesses because it's centered around you. It's not around Beachbody. It's around you as a person. And when you build your brand, you build an incredible connection system for people to follow you. Anyways, when you're doing all that and you're finding your groove as a coach, you're going to turn around and it's going to be springtime. That's when people are hit in the face with, oh my gosh, I have goals. I need to get in bathing suit season shape, whatever it's called. They are going to be watching you because you started this journey. Even if they weren't ready when you first reached out to them, they're watching you. And you're building this trust because they know that you've become this reliable person who loves health and fitness, who also lives their life and is not, super insanely strict that no one can sustain. You have a healthy balance of living fully. That's when you're going to be hit with these relationships you've been building. They're ready. I always see a surge in my business in the springtime because that's when people get hit with boom. Most people lose their resolutions in the first 9 days of January, right? Some people are already falling off the wagon, but with you being consistent through this springtime time of year, you're going to have the relationships built and cultivated when it's time that people really, really need help, and it's staring them in the face. Memorial Day is going to be staring them in the face, and they don't want to be uncomfortable, and they don't want to hide behind their extra clothes over the summer. So absolutely, with Team Cup as our team incentive starting February 1, committing to your journey, drawing that line in the sand, there is no better time to become a coach and join this movement. Okay, so the other things we wanted to shift gears and talk about how we actually earn an income, because you're like, oh, this all sounds great, but how do you make money? So Christy, if you want, I'll talk about this really quick and then chime in if you want to follow up with the income and about the time that we put in for our business. So everyone starts out by earning commission, right? So you earn a 25% commission of anything that anyone would purchase from you. We usually set our customers up with challenge packs, which comes with a year's workout access to Beachbody on demand, which gives you all the workouts, which is amazing. I'm sure a lot of you guys already have it. And something from our nutrition line, Shakeology is our incredibly dense superfood shake. And we also have a National Sports Foundation certified line of performance supplements, which are incredible. I cannot get through a workout without Energize, which is the pre-workout. So anything when we're connecting with people behind the scenes and we're talking about their goals, when someone joins us, we get an immediate 25% commission. Now, we don't have to hold any products or sell any samples or keep any samples. We pay a $16 monthly coach fee. That's the only thing we are required to pay as coaches. And that covers customer service, that covers shipping and handling, that covers our retail website, right? So we don't have to have home parties. We don't have to stock up on supplements that we're not using. The only thing I purchase from Beachbody is what I use every day because I would use it anyways. And that's how we start earning money, right? So we're not sustainable on commission because that's not a sustainable business. We just have to make sales all the time. If you choose to build a team, like Christy and I were saying, we chose to help mentor other women just do exactly what we do. And you don't have to be an expert in training. Like Beachbody has supplied all of the resources that we need. I supply my team with all the trainings that they need to build their own team. If you want to mentor other people to do what you're doing, you can start to unlock another earning potential called this team cycle bonus. So weekly, what I was saying, I don't reach my goals unless my girls are reaching their goals. I'm helping my team. I'm growing with them. I'm failing forward with them. If they are reaching goals and earning income, helping other people, then we all get more team volume. And the more team volume we get, the more income we get. So my income, though it does vary, it's not the exact same thing every Thursday. And we get paid weekly, by the way, every single week based on the previous week's stuff, which is awesome. I earn a team cycle bonus, which is so much more than the commissions that I might make in a week. So as you build your team over time, it can become sustainable because you are training a team to do the same thing and help other people, and your reach just grows and grows and grows. So when I stepped away from my job in May of 2015, it was because I had a consistent volume. And to this day, that volume is growing and maintaining consistency that I'm not all of a sudden going to earn $0 next week. I earn every single week. I can track my volume. And of course, I'm pushing myself to help new people. So I earn commission on top of that. And I think that's all I want to say about commission. Christy, did I miss anything?
I loved how you talked about the cycle bonuses, you guys, because how many jobs can you allow yourself to earn a continuous raise? That's really what it is. If you're continuing to show up and do the work and your team is growing, your volume is constantly growing and growing and growing. So that's cycle. And it's just incredible to see over the years, you're in control of that. It's a beautiful thing, and you're working from home or wherever you want to be, vacation or who cares, you know? But yeah, I love that. And how, like I tell my girls who get started, like your very first goal needs to be to get to Emerald ASAP, because that's when you start unlocking those cycle bonuses. And you have to know at front, you're not going to be an overnight millionaire. So we're not telling you that, but it's building, hitting those milestones, trusting the process, showing up, being consistent every single day. Don't overwhelm yourself. You know, we're not telling you have to do this full time. We don't, like, we're full time and we work 4 hours a day, which we'll get more into that. But, you know, in as little as an hour a day, you can see, you know, a steady income increase with a solid foundation of your income. So yeah, that's the basics on that. There's so many ways to earn, but you'll learn that as you get started. So what was next for like how to get started? You kind of talked about that.
Well, time, because a lot of people here are either maybe they're stay-at-home moms or they work full time or whatever. So when you first joined as a coach, you want to speak to how the time that you put in at first?
Okay, so like I mentioned, when I was working full time as a nurse, I would come home and probably stay up to like 1 and 2, and y'all know I don't do that. I'm like major grandma status now, like 8 p.m. It's like I'm like wiping my eyes already. But I was willing. I saw the vision, and I was willing to do the nasty, ugly work in order to get me and my family to our goals. So I did. I sacrificed sleep, and I would work 3 to 4 hours a day. Well, maybe sometimes just 2. But it just varied on the days that I worked as a nurse and off days. And now, even being a full-time coach, on average, I work 4 hours a day. But again, you have to be so focused and intentional with your time. It's easy to get distracted. There's so much with social media, but we have what we call 4 vital behaviors. And if you do those things every single day and don't lose sight of the basics, you will grow. Of course, as you grow, there'll be more things that will help you grow in your business. But as long as you're, like Ashley said, you're showing up every day, committing to your health and fitness, like, yeah, we're in a network marketing company. We're selling products, but you're sharing your story. Like, you're making that emotional connection to how this has impacted and changed your life and how it can do the same for others. Like me, having a history of anxiety and depression and terrible migraines that I was on multiple medications for, Shakeology got me off all of that by consistently drinking it every day for a month. Like, you know, I don't know what it is that you deal with, maybe your skin or hair, I don't know, you're just digestion. There's so many things, but you just have to fully commit. But nobody's saying that you have to be perfect. We're not experts here. We're coaches. We're real, we're relatable. We slip up, and hey, when you do, share that, because that's when people's gonna be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for being real, you know, and it makes them feel good and not less than to be like, well, I could never be her. Because it's so hard that people, especially as women, we get caught up in that nasty comparison game. And guess what? The only person that's suffering from that is us. You know, we have to quit with the catty stuff and know that this is me versus me every single day. But when we join together and we push and uplift each other, man, it makes all the difference. So I got off on a tangent on that. That wasn't what I was supposed to talk about, I don't think. But time involved, 4 hours a day. But as a new coach, I'm not telling you need 4 hours a day. I'm telling you need 1 hour a day. That's it. And I'm not telling you one solid hour. If you have to go run to the bathroom to have 5 minutes of peace and quiet, then you do something in those 5 minutes. 15 minutes, we call them power blocks. Break it up, 10, 15, 20 minutes, however much you got. But when you do, you put those blinders on and you focus on doing those things that you know are going to grow your business. And it's the things that aren't always so fun, inviting, sharing. But you guys, that's what it's going to take in order to grow your business, is inviting and sharing people to join alongside you. You know, showing up in your stories. What is it that you're doing? Share your workouts, your shape. But again, as we talked about, Beachbody is not your brand. You are your brand. Beachbody is just your outlet to get there. So what sets you apart? Why should people connect with you? But yeah, an hour a day. And we're all busy. I get that. I'm not putting that off. But we all choose our priorities. We all choose where we invest our time. So not having time, that's a load of crap. I'm just going to say that up front, you know, unless you just choose not to make this a priority. You have to choose, you know, your health, your fitness. And if this is the direction you want to go for your family and your future to provide more freedom, time-wise, financial-wise, whatever it is, you just have to be willing to make those sacrifices. And if it means giving up your binge watching Netflix, then, or scrolling social media that people end up spending like hours doing because they just get so caught up in it, you just have to put those blinders on and focus. Ashley, do you have anything else on that?
Yeah, I love that. It's not so much the amount of time, it's what you're doing with your time. And we train our team to make the most of the time that they have. So I don't care if you are the busiest person in the world. If you want to build a business, you can do it in the time that you have, as long as you are intentional. And just wanted to mention that when we have those power pockets, that does not include our workout. Like, that is something we have to fit in other points of the day. I never thought I'd be an early morning workout person, and I chose to sacrifice my 40 minutes of sleep before my daughter wakes up. That's now my workout time. So even now as full-time coaches, we are still making sacrifices because I'm not going to lose this lifestyle that I fought so hard to get. So anyways, if that's you waking up, we've got girls in our team, I'm looking at them right now who get up at, like, they work out at 5 a.m. because that's the time they have. And then they crush their business before their full-time job starts, and they're moms, and they're, super busy, and you can do this if they can do this. It's honestly making your health and your fitness a priority. You have to pour your cup first before you pour into everyone else. So we pour our cup, we take care of us, and then we work our business in helping other people. And there is nothing more rewarding when you can look at your coaches who are having success in their fitness and in their finances. And when you can look at your customers who've lost 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds, and it's because of your encouragement. It's because you gave them sustainable health and fitness. Again, I love all kinds of fitness, but I'm not driving to no gym at 5 a.m. I can get my butt out of bed and go to my basement for 20 minutes. And that's what Beachbody offers: sustainable health and fitness for the busy person. Exactly. It's not how much time you have, it's what you do with it. And if you have questions, guys, that's why we have training. We welcome all of our coaches. We are extremely organized when it comes to training our team and getting to know them. You're not going to be pushed off the ledge. We're going to support you every step of the way, but you have to do the work and you have to be coachable. We are not responsible for your success or your failure. We are going to give you the tools and support you along the way. The last thing we have is, what are the costs? What does it take to start this business, whether you are a customer or you're not at all familiar with Beachbody and you're coming in blindly? So I'll just jump right into that. And then Christy, if I miss anything, I'll toss it back to you. So costs, like, again, I always make this quick analogy, but my sister and brother-in-law just opened up a microbrewery in Philadelphia, and it's amazing, but they had to take out, let me talk about small business loans and investors. Like, they are in serious debt because they started a brick and mortar business, and it's awesome and it's their dream, but they're not going to necessarily break a profit until maybe at least the 1 year mark. We start our businesses. The most common package to start someone is $160, which includes your 1 year access to Beachbody On Demand, your first 30-day supply of Shakeology, your business starter kit, and your meal plan guide. And that's your business. Like, it is so crazy, no risk, but sometimes people don't treat the opportunity as the $1 million opportunity that it can be, right? There's no contract. There's no cancellation fee if you decide this is not for you. You're going to get a 25% discount on all products and programs regardless, which is awesome. You don't have to make any sales inventory. You don't have to stock products, but if you treat this like $1 million business, it can reward you over time like $1 million business. So $160 to start your journey as a coach. If you are already a customer of Beachbody, and let's say you already drink Shakeology, and you had already purchased that package in the past, you can pay $40 to sign up to be a coach and get that fully refunded because you already had that package that you had purchased. And that's the startup costs, right? Like I said, we do not pay anything for products that we do not personally choose to use. I choose to use Shakeology, Energize, and Recover because that helps me, but that's my choice. Obviously, we want you to be successful with using the products because you need to have a belief from which to speak from, but there's nothing that you have to buy all of this stuff, right? In month 2 and on of your coaching journey, like I said, there's a $15.95, so $16 monthly coach fee, which covers costs of websites, retail websites, shipping and handling. We don't ship anything out. Beachbody covers all of that. And those are the costs. Okay, like, those are the costs to be a coach. You want to buy your Shakeology, you get it at a 25% discount. You want it for free, you help your first 3 people, and you will earn that back in your commission, right? Like, honestly, and I feel comfortable saying this because Dave Ramsey is my boy, zero risk financial, like, business opportunity, but treat it like $1 million business, and you will, like, honestly, sometimes I'm like, this is insane. This is insane that I built this and I didn't have to take out a small business loan to have this kind of success. So that's what I want to say about costs. Christy, I'll toss it back to you.
Yeah, you pretty much hit on it all. Like, it's And that's, like she said, the basic package is $160 for the normal. And of course, if you wanted to combine more stuff up front, yeah, it's going to be a bigger upfront investment, but you're going to save more the bigger the package. Like if you wanted all the products you just talked about, Shakeology, Energize, Recover, which I use too, those are life to me. But also because it's hard to like encourage others to use products that you're not using yourself. So you have to lead from the front and what it is that you're using. But yeah, it's truly incredible. Like she said, you help 3 people. Well, you've covered the cost of yours. So like the finances side of things, you can't blame, oh, I don't have money, because your choices, your actions, that's why you're in the situation that you're in. Like, that's just tough love. Sorry, that's the type of, because I learned the hard way. I know what the heck it's like to live paycheck to paycheck, and it freaking sucks. And I'd be dang if I do that. I'm willing to hustle my freaking tail off in order to not experience that. And if that means doing the hard things, the not so glitz and glamour things every single day, you know, but the reward is so much sweeter than all the failures it took to get there. 3 people to match, to cover the cost of yours. Anything over that, you guys, you have to just be able to show up and put in the work. Like, I love that y'all are all on here, and I hope it invigorates you and lights your fire, but nothing matters until you go do the work. Like Ashley said, we're going to be here by your side every single step of the day. We're in these trenches with you, but we can't do the work for you. We love you and we want the best for you. That's why we're gonna push the heck out of you. We want you to get uncomfortable because that's how you experience growth. Major introvert here. Like, I would have never, ever like got on a video call with you guys. And now I'm taking selfies and videos every day. Like, what? Like, no way. Like 4 years ago, somebody would have had to give me a Xanax. Like, it just wasn't happening. But I thank God every single day that I've grown through this opportunity. Like, it has helped me like become like I never knew what it was like to love myself. Like she said, like as women, we're always just the caretakers for everyone else, going and doing and burning the candle at both ends. And that never ends well, you guys. So we have to take care of us. As we say all the time, self-care is not selfish, it is essential. And how many job opportunities allow you to put yourself first and earn an income for your family? Very slim to none, especially ones like this that are all inclusive and that actually encourage a healthy lifestyle, not just, you know, the next fad thing. But, you know, Beachbody is here to stay, you guys, and it's up to you if you just take it and run with it. So that's all I got on that.
Yep, I love it. And I would just say, like, this company, this opportunity, it's hard work, but it's rewarding work, and it's changed my life in every single way. My husband lost his job at the end of a horrific year, 2015 for us, and he didn't have to go back to a full-time job. So I'm like, my business is okay. Like, we can do this. And he has not been back to a full-time job since December 2015. Income disclaimer, I worked my butt off and I still do. But he builds furniture on the side. He's not even building furniture right now because he's doing a whole bunch of house updates for me because we just bought a house. But we're okay. We are home with our daughter every day. Like, this life is something I will fight for because this is worth it. And it's, again, if my goals don't align with your goals, that's fine. But I think everyone needs more financial stability in their life because it just gives you options. And like, life is short. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to see the world. I want to be able to show my daughter things that I never could growing up. And I'm not going to apologize for that. So we're looking for hard workers. We're looking for go-getters. We're looking for people who want to put themselves first. If you hate working out and you're not going to do it, don't be a coach. You got to work out. You got to show up. You got to put your heart into it. And if you have long-term vision, granted, Chris is an example of what's possible in 4 months, right? But you have to think long-term. You have to think, this is my career that I'm building over time, because businesses are going to go through phases, and you got to be strong enough to go through the ups and downs phases with it, right? But if you can stay the course and you can work hard and you can pour your heart into it, this will change your life. And you will probably meet some of your best friends along the way. So that is all I got to. Chrissy, anything else you want to add?
Yes. It's just focusing on controlling the controllable, you guys. You can't always control if people are going to say yes or want to join you, but what you can control is the amount of work that you're putting in, the amount of people that you're willing to reach out to and share this opportunity with, because like me and Ashley both said, it has changed our life. So, we would love nothing more than to see it do the exact same for you. And she was talking about freaking trips, you guys. You have the opportunity. I just posted about this before I got on here. We're going back to Punta Cana next year. You have the ability to earn that trip for free, you and a guest. So like my husband and I, neither one of us grew up getting to travel. So we was like, that's like life for us. And people said, oh, once you have a kid, it'll be different. Freaking watch me. Like, I love to prove somebody wrong. You know, my kids will see things that I never got to do growing up. So yeah, it'll be expensive. Yeah, it'll be hard, but good things are hard. Good things take time. Good things take sacrifice, you know, and I have that go-getter mentality because I know there is always, no matter if you reach success, there's always room for more, and I'm going for it. And, you know, I want that type of person on my team because there is no I in team, and I can't do it alone. I don't want to do it alone, but when we dig deep together, oh, that fire that is lit. And it has already been this year because we're in our push group and several of us are just digging deep together every single day. And we're like, oh, I see what she's doing over there. And it just lights me up. And I'm like, I got to do, because you're not going to feel like it every day. Motivation is so overrated. And I love this. I've been saying on every single call, it's not about loving what you do, it's loving why you do it. So again, like sharing, like say you were tired and you didn't feel like getting on this call, but guess what? You showed up anyway. So pat your dang self on the back. That is what counts, is showing up and doing the work even when you do not feel like it. And you're able to lay your head down at night and be like, you know what? I rocked this day. I did what was most important in order to get me and my family closer to our goals, and feel dang good about it. Because you're one person, you're not omnipresent, you cannot do it all. So stop putting all that stress on yourself, but focus on the things that matter most.
Amen. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much all we can say. If you can't hear our passion and why we do this and that we are just so incredibly grateful for this opportunity, then I think then you probably shouldn't be a coach again. But if you're like lit up right now and you are feeling this in your heart and you're feeling this in your mind and you're ready to get started, do not wait. Guys, don't wait. Don't wait a month and then say you'll think about it and then someone will reach back out to you. Don't wait. You got to just do it. You got to do it now. You got to commit. You got to sign up to be a coach. You got to join our Team Cup team. You got to push with us in February, and you got to just fail forward, because you could be the next Christy K. I always don't mess up your last name, so Kynard, who can have insane success in 4 months as a coach. But you have to have long-term vision. You have to work hard, and you just have to decide. Like Beachbody's slogan, decide, commit, succeed. That's what we do. So I just want to direct everyone to, if you are like, let's do this, please send a message to the person who invited you to this Zoom immediately. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it tonight. Do it right now. And let's welcome you to our team. We are actually on totally different teams, Christy and I, so we don't benefit at all from someone else joining you. We just have become great friends, and we want to build our businesses together, and we have the freedom to do that. So yeah, we hope we can welcome